Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Happy Monday. Hello, Ripping Sticks. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. We've added pretty much everything foundational. Nice. But you're not using the PCG for spawn points, as you couldn't figure out how to get separate between two separate volumes for each side. What? Couldn't figure out how to separate between two separate volumes. We already have two separate volumes. Are they already naturally separated? I don't know what you're trying to do. If you were a bit more deadly with PCG, I think you can make things crazy dynamic with a PCG ski. I don't know what that is, but I trust you. You try it. Hello, Guts. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's Monday. Those volumes were on the same blueprint, but the you can filter by tag. Yeah, tag to your volume, and then you filter by tag. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that for splines as well, if you wanted to. So when you do like get spline, right, you can do get component. You can say by tag. Yeah. Yep. Weekend was fine. Weekend was fine. A new video released. It was an interesting video because, or interesting result for, because it got a lot of like attention when I posted the screenshot for it. Like in the community, but I didn't get a lot of attention in the video. So I probably didn't do a good job on the video. But that's okay. You'll live and learn. I'll do better next time. Other than that, played some more Metaphor ReFantazio. I think I'm like nearly 30 hours into the game now. I'm gonna guess I'm like a little over around 40% of the way through the game. Metaphor ReFantazio is an interesting game in the sense that it's like a kid's game, but it's also not a kid's game. What I mean is, it's very much like, we're gonna be the best, so you have to, help everyone, and you have to be this good person, right? That kind of thing. But at the same time, they in the game have like, they don't show anything. So it's also another thing, but they have like people hanging themselves and dying and getting decapitated. None of it is on screen, unfortunately, but they do technically. So it has all adult themes. It just, I wish they had that stuff like actually on screen. That's my one quote-unquote complaint. Yeah, you use get actor data. Yep. That should work. I meant to change that. I need to figure out if there's a way of... I want to remove the audio just from the follow notification. Forgot to look into that. Anyway, other things. Don't worry, guys. We already hit the jackpot. It's already jackpot time. The stream's just starting and it's already jackpot time. God damn it. The temperature's gone up. Temperature's gone up. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Trying to think if there's anything else. Got a new version of my editing software, which means I reworked some of the editing for the new video. So I think a lot of it is better, especially with the 5.6 stuff, which is great. So cold where you are and ruin your day. Man, I wish it was cold here. That sounds so nice. It is 71 outside, 78 inside. Curse you! Look how white I become when I move my hand into the sun. It's just again through the blinds, no less. What's get primitive data? It was recommended when trying to get a collision box, which is going to work just as get primitive data. I need to see it in context. I don't remember. Sounds familiar, but not something I know from the top of my head. How your condo was built, that shit. Like, why is it so much hotter inside? Something is wrong. No, the problem is the sun. It's right now is sunset, and so the sun is very horizontal, right? Because it's setting, and it is my windows. All of this is window. I'm facing northwest, where sunset is. So the sun is directly horizontally going into my apartment during the last final few hours, and there's nothing to stop it. There's no apartment complexes in front of me. I mean, there are, but they're too far away to just block and cast shadow. So that's why I get this. That's fine. Anyway, not that important. Today we're gonna continue working on the game over screen and finishing up all the. I don't know about finishing, but continue working on all the little stat stuff and getting that to show up, making sure we got all that in, and yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. I think it's the box collision / sphere collision data, but not sure will actually give you. No, because get primitive data, I don't think would get you that. Because you can do, when you do box collision, you just drag out and bind on component begin overlap. If that's what you're talking about, like overlap stuff, but I'm not sure. It's been a while. It's been a while. Where's our game over section? There it is. There's our game over screen. All right, so I made some cleanups. I was doing cleanup over the weekend that I already forgot about. And apparently I broke some things. What did I break? This is okay, this is stuff that it doesn't matter. I basically was cleaning up some things. I need to delete the whole behavior tree stuff, so this is fine. And that's where the errors are. I just need to don't mind me, just gotta nix these so they don't complain, and then we move along. Okay. Now. Oh yeah, and last time we made it so it scales it properly. The only thing is, when it opens, it doesn't open to the right size like right away. You see it like load in. I'm not thrilled with that, but it is what it is. I need to see if there's a way of getting around that, but that's for later. Okay, so we got all that. The left side is working. The buttons are working. So we need to show what currency we have acquired, which means boss currencies and meta progression currencies. So we're going to put it here. Let's duplicate you and move you to the horizontal, the vertical box on top. Oh no, yeah, it needs to be in the vertical box. Okay, do it this way. There we go. So this is instead of cards collected, this is currencies collected. Okay, so we need to make a new widget that's gonna do the displaying for us and format that. So let's make a new Bloomcrat. Is this smaller? Am I crazy, or is the UI even smaller? I want a 5.5 still, but I feel like the buttons didn't used to have a gap that big. I don't know why in 5.6 this stuff is smaller. I don't know what's going on here. Yes, it doesn't matter. This needs to be a common user widget. This is currencies collected. Instead of currencies, we would currency, because it's singular in this one. Okay, let's add an overlay. I set it to be desired. Image. How big do we want the image to be? Let's start with 40 by 40. And then this is going to wrap with a horizontal box. Let's go with a rich text box. This is, or I guess, sample. Wow. Sample pickup. Okay, so now in here, you can add CWB currency collected to the vertical box, put it on top here. And then, so this is working great. You know what? Instead of putting it in here, it might be good to have it as a separate widget that I can maybe, if I ever need to put it somewhere else, do that. So instead of putting it in here, I'm not going to have it here. I'll make another widget. This is currencies collected. This is going to be the plural one. Wrap with vertical box. We have fill, and then we can plug in our currency collected in here. Why did you wrap it this way? No. Why did I do the wrap? No. I want a vertical box inside of the overlay. There we go. All right, so now we have this. Okay. Now, instead of this, hey, Blue Seeker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How am I liking 5.6 so far? I mean, very nice. I'm in 5.5 still in my actual project, but 5.6 very nice. I think for some things 5.5 is more exciting, but I think it's okay. This is going to be currencies group. Make it a variable. So we're going to need to add things to it. So here on pre-construct, can I add child to vertical box? Create widget. And can I clear children? Yes, excellent. Okay, so we'll be able to automate this. You're set to learn that once you convert up, you can't go back. Yeah, you're stuck in 5.4 until you can code C++ better to fix Steam networking. Yeah, I can't help you with that one. One, it's multiplayer, and two, it's C++. But best of luck. But yes, unfortunately you cannot go back, which I don't fully understand why, because there's certain things that shouldn't matter, like importing an asset, like a static mesh. It theoretically should be able to go back, but not in Unreal. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so we have an icon. Then construct. Set brush from texture. Oh, let's rename this to image icon. This can just be icon. Because this one we need expose and spawn. Ooh. Yeah, expose and spawn. Match size. You get this plugin out of your project and use a different one. Yep. Blockchain integration? Are you putting crypto in your game, ripping sticks? Bold move, but best of luck. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the videos, Blue Seeker. I love my editing skills most of all. That's the first time I've heard that. I appreciate it. I try to like eliminate things that just waste people's time. Oh, you hear mouth sounds in people's edits? Yeah, like if there's like quiet time, I remove that. If I didn't remove it, my videos for the same content would be somewhere between 50 to 100% longer. By just removing like extra silences like between things. It's not needed. It's some thinking time for me. It's not, you don't need thinking time for you. But thank you. I'm glad you like the style. Yeah, the last video I'm changing things up a little again because I have more functions, so it now looks a little bit better. Now with 5.6, you get the nice new display on the left that can come up, and the display on the right can come up. You got the center, which is now fits better. So, you know, I'm slowly making improvements. Slowly, but surely. Oh, I need to. So that's a variable. Set text. By the way, I still do not, to this day, I don't understand set text versus set text. I use this one because this seems like the ones I should be using. But if I recall, I use this one no problem one for test as well. I don't know what the difference is, but currency name. So we got these. So now in here, if I go ahead and refresh these, right, we have both. So if I want to now, I can already put an image here and say subscribe. And what? What? Why did it work? Oops, I deleted the wrong thing. What? Why is it not? Oh, it's because it's on construct, not event. pre-construct. You need to be on pre-construct for... So, okay, hold on. Match size? Oh. I don't want that on. Okay. I thought match size matched the size, of... of what I said to be. No, match size matches the size of the original. Different. Slightly different. There we go. So I guess I could just take it off construct and just do pre-construct. Because we learned that also runs. And also the text, I want to align left and then up and down. So this is now in the center. Okay. Awesome. So we need to make a note of what we're collecting and how much are we collecting. And then populate it all based on that. God damn it, Leo. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you should hit the subscribe button and really teach it its place by being a dumb scribe. Really smash that subscribe button. Hit it as hard as you can. I don't think that's to be fair, I don't think that's really a dom. That's more of a abuser, but you know, details. How am I yeah, whoop that subscribe button. Exactly, there you go. How am I dealing with the meta progression stuff right now?
Here, pausing for ads.
You wish the wishes would have gone some 11.5.6. The interface seems clunky. There's a lot of things I wish they upgraded on the widget front. When was the last time widgets got an upgrade? Like a big upgrade. I think they might tweak like a thing here or there, but the one thing that I want an upgrade to more than anything else is the freaking is the size auto / fill and alignment section. Is just, it doesn't do what you want as easily as it should be. God, I wish we could. Yeah, the whole system, I think that whole system could use an upgrade. It'd be great. The alignment stuff, and all that, yeah. One day, maybe. Once it's Unreal 6. Which, from what they have said, Unreal 6 is just going to be Unreal 5 combined with UEFN. That's what they're going to call Unreal 6. Does UEFN have something that Unreal 5 doesn't? Maybe they're hoping the community would write a tool and they would buy it. It's hard to write a tool to change the actual engine. I doubt it. If offset based on pixel size and based on screen size, one should only be off of percentages. Well, the thing is, it assumes your screen is 1920 by 1080. And so that is the padding based off of that. All right, it's based on a 1920 by 1080 screen, which, you know, means if you're not working at 1920 by 1080, or the end result is is not 1920 by 1080, and it's like for a project that you're definitely going to have it be X size, this becomes a little bit but maybe they still want the phone market. I mean, they can have it, but that's irrelevant to the engine. That's up to people making content for mobile from Unreal and them optimizing it more, basically. Okay, I came here because I wanted to see this. Oh yeah, I need to rework the spawn mobs as well, because I want to remove the whole room manager part entirely. So I go do this. Okay. Then we destroy actor. But first we just add to a meta pickup, and I increase it. Wait, what? Oh no, I get whichever one it is, and I increase that one. So it's in the struct. Okay. Meta collectible struct, which needs... I'm going to change the meta collectibles to just be collectibles. And the collectibles are going to need an icon and the amount, which means I might just swap them to maps. Padding should be percentages because resolution changes for each user. No, not necessarily. No, I would disagree. I think you should maybe have an option for that. The reason I disagree is if your screen is this, right, and you have an icon here, right, and an icon right next to it with, like, let's say a 2 pixel gap. If I change this to be super wide, I might want this still to be 2 pixels. I don't want it to now take this and make it also wider because it's a percentage of the screen. That would be bad. Now, maybe I'd want an option for that. I think that would be a good option, but I definitely would not want it to be a this is the way because of this scenario. I think it would break more things than it would help if that was the default. To meta collectibles, this is going to be collectibles. Okay, so why was that there? I reset 5.6's UI. Did I reset 5.5's UI as well? Huh. Interesting. Okay, I want to change this to a map. The first one is going to be a texture 2D, or I guess a texture. And the second one's going to be an integer. Because we're going to, for whatever it is, we're going to store... but we also need the name. Shit. So realistically, we should do we should do a struct for it. It'll be a struct and a struct. It'll be fine. We're gonna do a collectible. So, icon, texture, yep. Then name, text. Needs to be text, so it's by default it should be yeah, text localized. I am dead. I'm an awesome zombie. Also, yes, I agree about Grok. I read it and I just realized I never replied to that. I agree. For many things, Grok is better. For asking for Unreal help, Grok is better. Oh, good, Marcia. Hope you're doing well. Icon name and quantity. All right, so we have that. You know what? I don't need to then put it in here into collectibles. I can then just have an array of collectible. Because I just need to set the information of this. The only thing I'll need to set up is a way for it to check the quantity, check the names, if they match, or if the names match, then we know it's there. And in which case, set the quantity, like add to the quantity. Otherwise, don't. Yeah. You can you can modify a table at runtime, right? I don't know a way of modifying the data table at runtime. Not as far as I know. I imagine you can, but I've never looked into it, to be fair. We put it in the game mode. I think we do it in the game mode. Add collectible. We're also need to do we're also going to need to do a check collectible. I'm pretty sure. You'll put what you're doing. You'll put what you're thinking of doing in the save game instead and just read from there. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. You're trying to figure out a way to handle levels for something? Yeah, once you can get information from a data table and then save it in the save game as just whatever information it is. Yeah, that's what I do for my cards. I read the information from the data table where it holds all the info, and then I put it all into a struct, and then the structs array is what will get saved everywhere. I'm not saying that's the best way of doing it, but it's what I do. So we need collectibles. I'm writing collectibles, and for some reason my mind just goes to edibles, which is very different. Very different. I don't know why it goes there. I've never had one, I should point out. I want to clarify that I've never had one. So I don't know why my mind went there, but I'm being honest and my mind went there. I'm in Canada, it's fine. Well, also before I was in California, also fine. Think you just might use curve tables instead as part of the struct? Give it a whirl? Never had one today, you mean? I mean, can confirm I have not had one today. Can confirm. Now, whether or not you believe me is a different question entirely. Oh, I need for each loop with break. I also, I think it was yesterday night. I had a little like mental breakthrough, or just a realization, really, where I realized that for certain things, why am I not using a while loop? It would make my stuff easier if I used a while loop. And I think I just forgot while loops were a thing. And because when I was cleaning up some stuff, I'm like, when I'm checking to just see if something is greater than something else, and then just breaking it because of that, why don't I just use a while loop instead of while this value is greater or not greater, do it. Or true or not true, do it. It's like for loop with break is just less lines going around. I don't know why I forgot about it. That's the thing, by the way. In case you guys also forgot about it. So we're gonna check if the two names are the same. I don't care about the rest. And if they are the same, that means I want to add the quantity. So actually, I do want to open these. In that case, set members quantity. And then we break. All right, speaking of Canada, it looks like you might be trying to migrate to Canada eventually, like maybe within 2 years or so. Okay. As someone that had to migrate to Canada, here's what you need to keep. In case over the next 2 years you get a new driver license, the physical one, keep your old one. Okay? That's my one tip to anyone thinking of migrating to Canada. For the love of God, keep your driver licenses, the physical ones. Even though like the US tells you and probably everywhere else tells you to get rid of them, keep them. I came to Canada and they would not take my driving history because I did not have a document from the DMV that said, oh, I've been driving since X date exactly. They give me a range, like around this time is when I had it. And even though it is over 10 years ago and the date is like a month, they're like, no, we can't. We see here you had this physical driver license for 2 years. That's the best we can do. So I had to restart my driving record in Canada. So my insurance is insanely high. So that if anyone is thinking of migrating, for the love of God, do that. Oh, if only I knew. But to be fair, I didn't know it was going to be coming to Canada to begin with, so it just happened, basically. You tried to apply 3 times for a driver license and the nature said nah? What was the score you got? Score for what? My driving test? Wait, what? There's a written test that I had to do where I couldn't get over 7 questions wrong. And then I don't know what the migration thing is you're talking about, because in my case, I got a work visa. And because US and Canada have good relations, there's a whole partnership where if you are going into a tech field, basically, you don't have to do anything. You just show them this visa and you just go. And so I got a work visa and I just came. And then once I was here for 2 years, I immediately applied for permanent residency. And that took like a year. Dear God. Welcome to the government process. You sound like you're in Ontario. Okay, question. What does that mean? You're wrong, but what does that mean? What is... I'm from the US. I haven't been here long enough, and I don't talk to people enough here for me to change the way I speak, that's for sure. And my work colleagues are all in America. So there's no way I'm gonna start speaking like Canadian. Oh, you work in the provincial government in BC and you lived in Ontario. Oh, so you're saying I speak like you. I'm also in BC. So there you go. Nice, Patrol. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Nice. Was that a big yacht? Was it a cool yacht? I think I've been on a boat. I don't know if I've been on a yacht. Because I remember when I was in high school, we had a field trip where we all went in a boat. It was like a relatively big boat, but I don't know if it was considered a yacht. It's been too long. Okay, the one I was on definitely didn't have bedrooms, so then probably not. Okay, yeah, if that's what a yacht is, then I was like a big speedboat. How long was the application from submitting to the application to actually going to Canada? I didn't do jack. But if I wanted to come to Canada on a work visa for me, Leo, you print out all the stuff, you fill it all out. The workplace needs to confirm some stuff, and you just go to the border and just cross with it, pretty much. The time is like 30 minutes maybe at the border. Work permits. I need to also add a local variable. You do like the English proficiency thing, even though it's your first language. I mean, I had to do that for when I applied for permanent residency, but not to just come over on a work permit. Every time you've been in Canada, you just drove there. It's not even border guards most of the time. I guess it depends where you like cross. You're 25, 21 to drink in the States and 18 in Canada, so you kept going to Canada. Nice. I think there was an episode of that have you guys ever seen That 70s Show? I grew up on that show. I think there was an episode where they went to Canada just to get drinks. You grew up as a character in That 70s Show. Oh, hold on. There's like, there's like an exact like scene that I remember. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Did we miss anything? My God, no, you didn't miss anything. Donna, look, you have to. I have no idea who's Tammy's.
Hold on, here. I found a scene from That 70s Show. Hopefully YouTube will forgive me for this. Just so everyone knows what That 70s Show was. It was a great show. We might recognize some actors, if I recall correctly. the entire the show was hilarious. I love the show when I grew up. It was just basically a bunch of kids living in the 70s. So it was a blast. Quebec is the place for that stuff. 18 is all you need to be. The rest of the provinces are 19 plus. Oh, really? I've never been outside of BC. And obviously in Canada. I've never been outside of the Vancouver area, I would say. Like within a couple of hours from here. It's like the furthest I've gone. Cars used to smell like cheese. I mean, depends where you go. They still smell like cheese. Do you remember your dad's car smelling like cheese? Are you sure he didn't just fart? I guess I don't need the check collectible. I'll just need to add to collectible. Oh, come on. Why is it doing this? I haven't even used this function yet. We ate these snacks called cheese snaps. Cheese snaps? I mean, whatever it is sounds amazing. Because if it sounds like a cheese stick, and I mean like a fried cheese stick you can snap, that sounds amazing. Wait, so you're saying if you apply for a bunch of different jobs in the field and you get successful admittance, then you promise can just go up there through a work permit? I mean, yes. But I heard they've increased the it's now harder to get a work permit in Canada. Now, what does that entail? I don't know. They gotta know what makes it harder, but yes. You now realize you were smelling the cheese farts. You're welcome, or I'm sorry. I don't know which one, but yes. Hold on, I need to... This gets populated based off of what I've picked up here. Game mode, collect a meta collectibles, less than current dungeon level, yes. Oh, I've never actually, okay. Slight pivot. We've never actually set it up to like display the different collectible based on what it is. Right. Okay. So we're ready to change some stuff. Being Canada adjacent, so you feel like you already want to, you could just drive to Canada, get a job, then fill out paperwork. Not that easy. Because by that logic, Canadians can do that to the US. And while there's a lot of like, if your job is in a 3D field, yes, if you get a work permit, right, you can come here, of course. And specifically, like in the 3D field, or like in basically in the high tech field, I believe, it is, from my understanding, and this might have changed when I did it, for a long time, / potentially still now, companies did not have to prove that they were looking for people in Canada to hire from America. And that's the big one. Because if you're going into like a regular, like, you know, shop where you like buy groceries, you want a clerk, you would need to like prove without a shadow of a doubt you could not find a Canadian person for that position. And that's why you hired someone overseas, or in America, wherever. But in higher positions, where it was, you know, high tech and stuff like that, that's different, and there's a partnership with the U.S. for that. I don't know if that's still a thing, because like I said, I know that it's more difficult now, and I don't know if they changed that aspect of it, and that's why it's more difficult, or it's something else. So, but at least that's when that was the case. Coming in from the US was very simple. That's why I've been here since September of 22. So I'm actually coming up on 3 years soon here.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Yep. I'll be here in Canada 3 years soon. Glad to have me. Thank you. The current plan. You're in Victoria? Is that the island to the left of Vancouver? Victoria Island? Is that Victoria? Vancouver, it's Vancouver Island / Victoria, right? I've been there once. Not for me. I went there once. Here in the Detroit-Windsor corridor, the border is basically just a political boundary. I mean, isn't that all? Isn't that only what borders are? Just that. Yeah, if it's Vancouver Island, it's boring AF. I went there with family around the time of my birthday a few years ago. Like, I like bigger cities, and it's cool, but everything felt older, like style-wise, right? It wasn't as modern. And I had shitty food there, so my experience was not good. And my parents were forced me to drive around like in 20 different places I didn't want to go. So really, like, I'm not saying the place itself is bad. I just had a shit experience, and I'm blaming Victoria for it. But my current plan, as I was starting to say before the ads, is now like what, a year and a half-ish? Like a year and a half-ish to apply for citizenship, because I want to get citizenship in Canada, so I can have dual citizenship, right? US and Canadian citizenship, so that way I have options. Like wherever I want to work, I can work. Because the problem, right, is I'm on a permanent residency, but that you have to renew that every 5 years, and if you're not in Canada 3 out of 5 of those years, basically you lose it. So if I ever want to, like, let's say move back to the States, let's say live there 20 years and then come back to Canada, I will have lost everything if I don't get the dual citizenship. So the plan is to get dual citizenship, and then cool, you know, the entire North American section, I can go wherever I want. That's kind of the plan, because I can have dual citizenship. That's why. Obviously, if I couldn't have dual citizenship and I had to choose, that would be a different story. But because dual citizenship is an option between the US and Canada, that's my plan. Yep. Best thing you've done was a fishing trip. Booked a charter 150 kilometers. That was fun. Yeah, it's Vancouver Island. It's boring AF. Okay. Pay your taxes, CRA and IRA loves you. Oh yeah. God, last year's taxes were such a pain to do. Yeah, because I gotta do both taxes. To be fair, like I don't get double charged, but still, like it's not like I'm paying one tax and the other. The way taxes work is you have to report worldwide income to both. In Canada, you have to report worldwide income, and in the US, you have to report worldwide income. So if I make income in Canada, I still have to report that income to the US and tell them that I pay taxes on that income. But assuming I pay taxes on the income, which I should because Canada, then they're fine. I don't have to pay anything extra. Same thing in the opposite direction. But that does mean I have to do taxes twice. Yep. American tax fine sucks compared to Canadian too, right? I think they both suck. I don't think there's much of a difference. I think there's just... No, they both suck, yeah. I couldn't tell any differences. So far. Wait, what is this? I have a data table. I might just add something to the struct. Estonia's guy going for taxes. X roads is a great idea. Wait, what? What do you mean X roads? Oh, you mean crossroads? Well, is that normal? Or do you mean literally X roads? X roads. Yeah, I think Googling it is not going to help me. Estonia X roads. I get a bunch of data stuff. I don't think that's what you meant. I need to store the static mesh. I need to store some more stuff. So I don't need you. On here, we also need to store static mesh. And sprite. Do I need a sprite? I probably should just use a mesh. Okay, this is going to be an dungeon mesh. selection mesh, because I might want to have like in dungeon it'll be like ores, and maybe in the world to pick it up it'll be like a pickaxe, right? So I think I want two separate meshes. Because we're talking about taxes, one of the collectibles has to tax you when you pick it up. Thankfully, it's not that kind of game where you can get taxed. Look, everyone hates taxes, myself included. I'm no different. I don't want people to hate my game. They do your taxes for you and give you your refund. Man, I want people to do my taxes for me for free. That sounds so nice. That sounds so nice. Yeah. Okay, we're going to change this to a new data table that has all of the information for this stuff. So data table. As collectible. Because we need to store all the collectible stuff in here. Okay, we're gonna need 4 meta item. Meta 1. Meta 2. We also need the ones for the bosses. So, great spider. Dracathrax and Steel Claw. Great, because all of their items also have it. Oh, then I also need here a way of filtering whether it is a... Well, I guess no, on this one I just need the meta items. I don't need the boss ones. I just need the meta items, I think, on this. Okay. What are we have to figure out something to use for our meta progression. I still haven't figured out what I'm using for meta progression. Okay. I found another one of these. Bye. Thanks for playing. Right, because we have the shop. Right, so we can give ourselves increased base health, base damage. Increased base damage is going to be extremely powerful. We can have a starting card capacity. We have a curse reduction chance. Additional blood dropped, which is a... Oh, this is for currency in the shop. I'll need to rework that later. But these two take a currency, these two take a currency, and these take a currency. Each and take a currency. There's 4 total right now. But I don't know what to have as currency. I could use like gemstones. I think that's what I had originally. Things of that nature. If I go to I don't remember where the hell I put it is the problem. I don't think it was in here. Items. Pickups. Oh, it was here. Okay, so we can use these for now. Actually. Um, yeah, for now we can use these. In that case, what is your sync in the game for currency? What is your sync in the game for currency? Like, what do I use in the game for currency in general? I don't have like something specific. For the bosses, I'm having them drop coins covered in blood, but I'll have them be different currencies later. When you're in the dungeon itself, your currency is blood. So if I kill someone, right? Or if I go here, you can see it better. My currency is blood. Do you have an exchange extra? No. There's no exchanges. Nope. Am I planning to do an exchange? No. I don't think I am. Because I think that would defeat the it's similar to Hades, where you could pick up your like the item you want, the thing you want to gather, and you go and during that run you gathered that item, and that's it. And if you want to go for a different thing, you pick up a different one and you gather that item. Because you might want to do like, you only take like 3 of this one, but let's say 20 of this other one. And so, I don't know. Creating currency and you're looking for a sink to destroy it. I don't understand what the sink thing is that you're talking about. Sorry. You had a heated discussion with your bro about the system you're working on. He's saying that the modular system you have doesn't make sense because it's a glorified tower modification with extra steps. Even though that was the point to have a modular tower defense game. But is it fun from the player's point of view? That's all that matters. Does it make sense, and is it fun from the player's point of view? Your currency will build, otherwise why? Yeah. My currency will build, and I can use that currency here in the shop to unlock things. Yep, and if I don't want to unlock something, I just stop gathering it, and I'll just pick up something else, and I'll gather the other thing. Yeah, so I have a choice of what I want to gather. What I want to, like, save up for, basically. The only it didn't make sense to have only one currency for everything. To me. I could have it one currency for everything. Is there a max in your inventory? No. But you're not gonna have like millions of them. Tarkov has 3 of them. You hate it? And can you No, when you do a run, you only get the one currency. Like, let's say you get a pickaxe, you're only going to be able to farm ore. Let's say you get a shovel, you can only farm soil or dirt or whatever, right? But you can only bring with you one tool. You can either bring the pickaxe or the shovel. You're not carrying both. That's kind of the idea. like, like on one hand, yeah, meta will determine the min-max range. Yeah, but single player anyway. So that was the idea, right? That's why I have multiple currencies. And this is all I have for now, but I want to add obviously more. Like, I'd like to have, like, you be able to have, let's say, like 5 things per currency, potentially. So maybe I'll have like an offensive currency, a defensive currency, like a utility currency, and something like that. That's basically the idea behind it. And depending on which one you kind of want to focus in, you will then use that one and then unlock things in that tier, right? Could this be turned into a this could also be turned into a tree. Maybe I'll change this entire thing. I'll make it like a branching tree path, and then you have one currency, but you can only pick. You can choose which one you put in. I don't know. I doubt that one. It's very complex, but yeah, that's the idea, right? You'll eventually have 4 types: attack, defense, utility, fun confetti, popcorns with clowns, and you decide to, of course, go with the last one because that seems the most powerful. And you put, you gather that during the run. And then next run, maybe you want to gather something else. Yeah, that's the idea. I'm gonna add sprites to this. Because I want to do an in-dungeon and selection sprites to see which one I just have. In-dungeon sprite. And selection sprite. So if I don't have one, I can use the other kind of thing. We are creatures of YouTube. We will min-max. Wait, what? What does that have to do with YouTube? I mean, I don't disagree. But what does YouTube have to do with it? Also, in terms of currency, game economics. Also, this is currency for meta progression, right? So this is stuff that you get during the run, and then you can use it to upgrade your starting, as you saw, health, damage, etc. So over time, as you continue playing, you will get more powerful, right, as you go. But that is separate from the boss currencies, because you get, when you fight the boss, you get boss currency, and then that is used to get cards. So you can upgrade your cards, which is also going to improve your run, right? But that is separate from, like, for example, card capacity is here. So you can get a bunch of cards and no card capacity, or you can get or vice versa. So, yep. Also, I could probably add, it'd be actually kind of cool if you beat the boss the first time, you'll just get extra card capacity just given to you. That might be not a bad idea. So if you grind enough, you can max everything out. Yes. So if you play the game enough, you'll beat everything. Yes. At the current moment, there's no max. On a lot of the stuff. Some things there'll be a max on, but I'm not saying everything will have a max. This is a roguelike. This is a roguelike where the plan is, right, you get to the first boss, and the first time you fight him, you do not beat him. But you will still make progress. You will still get boss currency, so you will still make progress through this. And as long as you make it to the boss room, then you also get the meta items you collect with you. Does the game scale for this? Well, it will. If it doesn't, it will. You don't like games that gave you 200 skills but 50 points? Yeah, that'll all need to be balanced and figured out. And how you know, I'm gonna be doing that. We will see. TBD. Crimson shard. Yeah, so for now, I'm gonna just plop these in. Right, these are my temporary ones. They're just shards. But the plan is to, yeah, swap them for something else later. Do you unlock special cosmetics items for boss currency? No. You unlock cards, which is your deck. Right, this is your deck. This is the cards you get during the run. And by fighting the bosses, you get to unlock more cards, which means during your run, you can now start getting, you know, let's say an aura or piercing or, you know, more damage as an option to put into your deck. And so you can customize your deck with the new cards that you unlock. So if I don't want like this, I can remove it, put something else in, things of that nature. Yeah, you'll get like better RNG for currency, potentially more currency will be dropped. Yeah. Like I'll have unlocks for things of that nature, absolutely. Does stuff reset run to run? Not this stuff. The stuff that I'm showing you, the currencies, is the meta progression that you retain between every run. Yeah. So any card you unlock here, any upgrade you get here is meta progression. It is between every run. So that way when you make progress in the run, even if you just make get to the boss and you hit him like only a couple times and then die, you will still make a little bit of currency for the boss currency, and you will still make have any meta progression items you collected will still be there. The meta progression items I decided will be saved upon entering the boss room. So if you happen to die before making it to the boss on the first floor, which should be relatively simple because the mobs shouldn't be the ones killing you on the first floor, then cool, you got all the meta progression stuff. The reason I don't want to do it otherwise is because I was thinking originally of saving, like when you pick up an item in the world, like it saves right away, but then I realized that's probably a bad idea because potentially you'll just get the item in the room right next to you and then just quit, and then room next to you, then quit, room next to you and quit, and you just farm it that way. Potentially, right? If RNG allows, and that's not fun, right? That's not a good mechanic. So I want to make sure that you're actually, you know, making progress, and then okay, cool. Then you're like saving it upon entering the room. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, that part thankfully is thought out somewhat. Not everything's implemented, obviously, but That's why we're still working on it and why it's still considered a prototype. Because we're still also changing some stuff. Right? I just said I might do a tree system. I highly, highly doubt that, but you know, it's not off the table entirely because now I thought of it. I'm like, would it be a good idea? I don't think so right now, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. Time will tell. Okay, well, we have this data table, and the reason why we have to rework this is because we need to change this data table.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Yeah, I'll need to solve this. But if it's ever something that seems like it doesn't make any sense, or you think it might be like really boring the way I'm describing it, always let me know. Nothing I have here is set in stone to be 100% as it is. Solo dev is a hard life. I appreciate you starting your journey publicly. I don't think it's that hard. It's hard if you need to like get something out and the deadlines will be hard, right? And you have things of that nature. I don't have like, I gotta get this game published and made like by X day. So like, you know, I want to make this game where I enjoy it. And if that means changing my gameplay 20,000 times to get it to a place where I consider fun, then it's so be it. Right? This is my hobby. This is not my job. So because of that, I can, you know, take time and make it a game people will enjoy, or at least I would enjoy playing. And hopefully, you know, other people then would as well. Oh yeah, you know what I did? Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I had ChatGPT because ChatGPT has the right, the sprite thing. Not the sprite thing. The ChatGPT added the image conversion, like for styles. I had it generate me like, I wanted to see if it could do some sprites of my main character based off of the artwork that I have on my splash screen. I'll be honest, it looks pretty cool. Like, no, I don't have Sora. Just the free image generation they can do like once or twice a day. That's pretty cool. And so, you know, if that's my character, I wouldn't be upset. Right, based off I had to make it off of the sprites, not the sprites, the splash screen, off of this, basically. I don't think no, it wasn't this one that I brought in, but it was another one that I use a lot. And it got me this, which I think I probably wouldn't want it to be all black, potentially, but in general, like, if that's gonna be the, you know, the idea of the look, I mean, that's not, I like the hair. That was my one, like, when I was figuring out what I wanted I want a girl, I want red hair, and I want a combination of like fabric and metal for the outfit. It just needs eyes. Yeah, I agree. There you go. There you go. than that, spot on. Yeah. You're in a love-hate relationship with GPT. Sometimes brilliant, amazing. Sometimes just so stupid you just can't. Yeah, true. Yeah, I want to share that because I just remembered it because I never showed it anywhere. That yeah, I really like it. There we go. So we're gonna need to change this. If I promote this to a variable and have this exposed, I don't know why. Why does it do that? Why has this become a text field? You guys can't see. So you see how this is a text field? But it's because it's a name type, but here it's a drop down. I wish I could keep the drop down of this get data table. I wish. No, you can't do it on a string either. It's just something specific about this node that has it be a drop down. Unless there's a setting here that I'm just not seeing. No. If I make hold on, oops, type text. All right, wait, A, B. Right, I can't make this a drop down. And I really wish I could. That's like my one wish, because again, because this has it, and because this has it, makes me like, oh, give it to me. I need to modify this enum. Let's go to variables, enums. Meta 1. I mean, that's what I called it. Not you. Yeah, just meta 1. Because I don't know the name of these right now, so I'm just calling it just that. Because it doesn't matter what it is on the back end. Oh, also this needs to not be localized. That's important. So now, right, now I have this through an enum. Also, do I need the, I don't really need the none. Let's be realistic here. Oh, I don't need the none. This is going to be S collectible. To store it. Okay. So from here, well, this is going to be the dungeon sprite. I'm going to change the meta pickup stuff in the game mode. But there we go. So now we already have, at least visually, what's the problem? Oh. Yeah, we'll need to fix this as well. Right, so we can have this be as the pickup, the icons for now. That will be fine. So this is also what we're gonna have in the world for now. So when we pick it up, we need to store it because we're not right now because we changed stuff. So in the game mode, we have the selected meta item pickup, which is which item are we currently grabbing. So can I navigate? There's no way to navigate to it from here, right? No. Game mode. Menu saving dungeon. Dungeon, current dungeon level. Okay. Selected meta item pickup. Selected. Meta item pickup. There it is. It's under saving. So we need to change this to S collectible. I'm breaking stuff. Changing variables breaks everything. Doing it. It's gonna throw errors. Oh yeah, it throws errors. Yeah, but that's fine now. Oh boy. Okay, so here, this now needs to update. As collectible for select a meta item pickup. Collectible. I guess it is a meta collectible, but we'll figure it out later. Okay, and then here also needs to change. Okay, that's all good. By the way, I'm actually curious. Has anyone actually ever packaged something for Unreal and updated it later in chat? It's something I keep meaning to look into. But I haven't yet. Because I don't know how updates happen. Hey, Sindri, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You have? Is it complicated to set up? Like, how do you update? Because I would, like, when I do a packaged Like when I package a game, like I'd like to just see if I can package just the stuff that's changed. Like, and like push it, quote unquote, an update. But I don't know. I've yet to look into that. I guess is the main thing. Is it hard? I just want to know if it's hard. Oh, did I not? I never piped the icons in. Let's do that. That's kind of important. Requires a server or something. Unless Steam handles that. You vaguely remember something about it? In the Unreal Engine docs? Unreal Engine has docs? Setting up your production pipeline. Oh yeah, this is so helpful. Yep. Nothing here says anything about packaging or remotely or. I'll go to YouTube later and search whenever I get around to it. It's something that it's always in the back of my mind that at some point I need to look into it. Just haven't yet. But, you know, just haven't yet. There we go. You can see in the bottom left, we got the icon. Fantastic. I can probably remove the print string at this point. It's not really needed. All right, and when we load, it's not there. Why doesn't it load? Oh, now it's there. Why wasn't it there just a moment ago when I did this? Of course, it's an error I cannot replicate. Thank you, Unreal. Thank you. Okay, so now it's fine. I think. Okay, so now when we get this item, we should find it into the world. So that means inside of the not you. It's setting a static mesh, but right now we're gonna swap the static mesh for a sprite. Wrong place. Sprite. Set sprite. To be the end dungeon sprite. Thinking about the same thing, but for save files. What happens when you make a change to a game that no longer uses a variable? Yeah. I think it breaks everything, but I imagine you might want to do like multiple save files, basically. Like have a save file that stores only this, save file stores only this, but that also seems wrong. I don't know. Sharing and releasing projects. There's patching and DLC. Okay. Okay. Patching overview. This is not a lot of information. I'm gonna need to watch some YouTube videos. I'm sure someone has videos on this. I'm very much a visual person. It's gonna be hard for me to grasp it in docs, to say the least. Do the old videos just stay in the save game limbo, never being used, or do they get over it? No idea. Lots of games do it that way, like 2 to 6 save files. Yeah. Under the hood, I imagine so. To not break anything. I imagine that most likely, this is what I would do, is if I didn't want save files to get broken, I would not delete variables. I would only add variables. And then I would hope that that works. Potentially. Okay, on interact. Game mode reference. Add to. Oh, it's game instance reference. Oops. Add to add collectible. Oh, this needs to be now S collectible. There's a still pretty bad guide under how to create a patch. Probably the problem is I am not good about what's it called? About reading documentation. Like, I just don't do well with like text like that. It doesn't click. I need like a visual. Like, I know programmers love documentation. I struggle with it so much. It has pictures. It's not quite the same. I'm a very much a visual learner. Absolutely. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do this on the game mode, do I? I want to do it on the game instance. This add collectible. I want to be doing this on the game instance because I don't want to store these collectibles. In the actual game mode. I want it only in the instance. Because if I store it on the game mode and I hit save game, it will save him. Which I don't want. I want it to save only what I want to save. So I actually want to do add to collectible and move it to the game instance. Which means I need to have an array of the collectible stuff. Picture makes Neuron happy. Yeah. Like for me, it's video. Like absolute number one. Just like by a large margin. After video, it's trial and error. It's not documentation. And it's somewhere in the dirt is documentation. That's yeah. For documentation in this game, who else is going to read it? Well, I'm not writing documentation for this game. Why did I write documentation for this game? I'm the only one making it. Video, flowchart, graph, diagram, equivalent. Yes. Then picture. Then depth, then text. Only me, match. Sorry, we are all making this. My mistake. Oh, in the save game. So I also need it in the save game. This is a whole thing that I just, I wanted to change one thing. One thing that is being set in 3 different locations, saved in 4 different locations, and used in 20 different locations. And I need to make sure I update them all properly to this new thing that I decided to do. Go me. Because I'm like, all right, let me change this one thing. Oh, right, it's linked here. Change this other thing. Oh, right, it's also here. Oh, You did a bit more today, guys. Nice. You got Slex to program vicariously. I have so much stuff to do you don't even know yet. No, I know I have a lot of stuff to do. And I bet a lot of the things you're going to say I know about. It's not even pre-alpha.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Snowball effect, yeah. A lot of the stuff I haven't touched because I know I'm going to be redoing it. Or like reworking it. So it's like temporary stuff. Oh yeah. Absolutely. A lot of stuff is there because it's like old stuff that I'm now no longer using. Like the shooting up and down on slopes. All my game is now flat. And I go up and down using like a teleport basically. And if that's the way I'm going to be doing it, then I don't need a I don't need the up and down slope stuff. I can remove that. So I probably will. Yeah. Such is the, you know, the life of a dev, or at least me. I don't know if that's the normal dev. Change stuff, break stuff, redo stuff. All in a day's work. Ads are almost done. And continue. Okay. So in the save, not setting save, in the save game, I also need to do this add to collectible. Now, because I'm doing this now in multiple locations, I'm going to take this and put it inside of a blueprint function library. So that way we can just reuse this all over the place, and I don't need to have the same function in multiple locations. So now, in this game instance one, I don't need this, and I don't need it in the save game. Okay. Oh, I need to remove it here. Oh, where is this being used already? It's not being used. Go away. It probably is being used, but oh, I can't even play to tell where it's being. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure everything is fine. I'm only breaking things. Okay, in the save game, the whole meta collectibles is different. So this should be as collectible, and it needs to be an array. It's just collectibles now. Okay, where's all the things I broke? I also realized that I'm going to need to unloading this collectible. I will need to no, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. Where's my copium? I don't have copium, so I'll just take a drink. Of orange at mango. Or orange mango. Why is there an et? Why is it not orange mango? It's orange et mango. I still cannot get used to the fact that in Canada everything is French and English. Like, including laptops. Like, I want, like, I told this before. I wanted to get a laptop last year, right? And all the keyboards are freaking English and French. You saw the video? Nice. Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, I wasn't even looking for it because it didn't even cross my mind as a thing. Like, I'm not in Quebec. I'm not in the French-speaking section, so why would they all be French? No, never. I ended up getting my computer in the US. Oui, oui. Oui, oui, baguette. Am I French yet? Okay. So I think I have all the variables in. At least we have the metric. Am I in Canada, Blue Seeker? What do you mean, no freedom units? Here's how you measure in Canada, okay? Here's how. No, you're objectively wrong. What are you measuring? Speed? It's metric. Cool. Distance? Is it your height? Yes, it's imperial. No, is the distance long? Yes, metric. No, is it work related? Yes, imperial. No, metric. Is it the temperature? Is it for cooking? Yes, it's Fahrenheit. I can confirm all of these. If it's no, is it the pool's temperature? Yes, it's in Fahrenheit. If it's no, then Celsius. In my case, my thermostat's also in Fahrenheit, but I'm American. Mass, is it your weight? Yes, it's in pounds. No, is it heavy? Yes, kilograms. No, it's in pounds. If I go to the grocery store, the stuff that if I want to buy some chicken or whatever, it's in pounds. It's not in kilograms, it's in pounds. Is it volume? If it's for cooking, yes, cups and spoons. No, metric. This is Canada, and this is accurate. Canada cannot say their metric. I'm sorry. Can't confirm 1,000. Yes. Gasoline is in liters. Yes. Okay, it makes sense why it's like this. Canada and the US have a very close relation. A lot of the, if you're buying an apartment, it's in feet, it's not in meters. But you get a square footage of your apartment. You don't get square meters of an apartment, right? It's because of the US. It's because a lot of, it's because a lot of the stuff comes from the US, and it would be extra unnecessary math and stuff to just convert it, right? Why would you need to go from feet to meters when you're already doing everything in feet? Then you have to know both, and it becomes a mess versus just keeping it as is. Same thing with like the Fahrenheit for a lot of the stuff, like for cooking. A lot of the stuff online, if you're going up recipes, is Fahrenheit. The oven is in Fahrenheit that I have. It's not in Celsius, it's in Fahrenheit. So yeah, this is Canadian's measurement system. Obviously it doesn't have everything, as I said, right? We have the gasoline and stuff like that, but that one doesn't have a branch. Also, this is not 100% accurate either, because I saw miles when I was visiting Victoria. There was like a road or two where it showed miles and kilometers. So some places will show you miles. I wish they did it here. You know how I drive my, I mean, I don't really drive my car these days, but when I drove my car, because my car is in miles and I cannot change it to kilometers, I used Waze to tell me what the speed limit is in miles, and then I can say, oh, that's the speed limit. Because right on an odometer, yeah, you have kilometers, but it's the smaller number. It becomes very hard to see, like at a quick glance. It's not technically illegal, but you don't doubt it. Wait, what isn't technically legal? Keep up to highway speeds like the rest of us? I mean, I keep up with the cars in general, but if you need to know what the speed limit is, Waze gives me the conversion. I can see the sign and I can see what my speed is as well. But if I need like a quick glance, like, hey, what's the speed? Cool, there's the number converted. Vancouver drivers are nuts, by the way. Oh my God. The roads in some of the places in Vancouver is also insane. Okay, I know there's a tangent, but bear with me. So there's a lot of roads in Vancouver where I've driven that is right. We have, you know, going one way, going the other way, but it is a 2-lane section. So, right, so you have cars going like this, cars going like this, right? Here's the problem. Oops. This lane always has someone trying to turn left, and there ain't no stops or red lights to show this. So they just have to wait, causing people to slow down and stop. On this lane, sometimes people are just parked. Because you can park there too, depending on the time of day. So effectively, you're doing this the entire way. You're just driving like this between lanes. Because there's, you know, like waiting for a long time here versus merging over. Oh, but there's a car, you gotta merge back, and then you have to merge over again, then merge back, and then merge. What? Who designed that? Who designed this? I don't know. But this is how it is in a lot of 2-lane streets, as I found. Welcome to 1970 traffic planning. Yeah. The other thing that I don't understand is the blinking green light. Which, by the way, I found out means something different in other areas. Where you have right, red, yellow, green. The green light, if it's blinking, that means it is pedestrian controlled, and that means that at any point they can press the button and then it will stop blinking and it will turn to red. I'm sorry, shouldn't that be the default though? What? Why is that just not the default? So why can't we have a green light and then when a pedestrian presses the button, it'll become blinking? And then we'll know, oh, it's about to turn yellow and then red. Versus the other way around where it will turn solid like the other lights and then yellow and red. I feel like the system is backwards. No, in the US, pedestrians always have the right of way as well. That is also, I mean, it might be different state to state, but at least in California and even like, it might be different state to state, but I've lived primarily in California. They always have the right of way. So the whole blinking light thing, do not understand. The point of it, none of it. I don't understand the point of it. If it's supposed to tell me, oh, it's about to turn red, you should always be driving and looking at the lights and like, oh, if it turns yellow, then I probably should be stopping. That's just normal light behavior. What's the point? Anyway. And this is not an all over Canada. This is like a BC thing, from my understanding. Anyway, yeah, that's I haven't driven in a long time. I wonder why. Now in Victoria, it must be a local thing. Yeah, it's. But how is it safer? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, if anything, I would do the opposite. I would have it when the people press the button, it will start blinking, showing that it's about to turn yellow and then red. Right? Then, cool, makes sense. But having it just always blinking and then just go solid like every other light for a brief moment, because if you turn during that moment, you don't know either way. Sometimes they have countdown timers. That's a terrible idea. Countdown timers, I haven't seen those, but that sounds like a terrible idea. A countdown timer is like on a racetrack. Are you trying to get people to press gas immediately? Because that's what people will use the countdown for. Okay, 3, 2, 1, bam, floor. That sounds like a terrible idea. I haven't seen them where I am, to be fair. Hey, J Party, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. East Coast thing? Oh, I got it. Am I a Vancouverite? Yeah, I'm in the general area. Yeah, I'm in the West Coast. I'm in the Vancouver, yeah, giant section of it, yeah. The Vancouver area doesn't, like, obviously not all of it is Vancouver, but there's no, like, real, like, city borders. Like, if you look at the map, there's no real city borders between, like, Vancouver, North Vancouver. Well, North Vancouver has literally, like, it's separated, but like Vancouver, Burnaby, Surrey, right? You just drive through like normal streets. There's no real, like, oh yeah, there's a gap and there's a gap and there's a, no, it's just, so I call it all, it's all Vancouver. Yeah, it's like LA, where Los Angeles is, there's Los Angeles County, which has a bunch of cities, and Los Angeles City. Similar thing. Oh, I should probably output something here. Let's do just a sequence. I just realized because I have it set up this way, I now need to have an actual output. And return node, and we're just returning the collection. Vancouver has 3 million people. Small amount. I mean, to be fair, until the past, couple of years, California as a state had more people than all of Canada combined. So, Canada's small. Like in that regard. Tell that the city borders are rivers? Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah, you're in Vancouver. Nice. Yeah. Wait, where's the game instance? Get meta collectibles. Was it meta collectibles? Meta collection. Yeah, it has like 12% of the population of the USA. Kind of nuts, yeah. What is it these days? Let's see if it. Canada population. It has 40.1 million. Yeah. It has finally passed California. You can see the green one here is California. And you can see just recently California has been kind of stagnating, and Canada has been still kind of linear here, where California has gone like this. So yeah, until recently, California has been bigger than all of Canada since what, like 1985 or so. Canada 40.1, California 39.2, and just for the shits, if you're curious, the last one here is Australia at 26.66. I don't know why we have Australia on this chart, but I guess there it is if you're from Australia. It's a big place, to be fair, so maybe that's why. I don't know. But yeah, funnily enough, 90% of all Canadians live along the US-Canada border. Right, because Vancouver area, right next to the border, and then Montreal. I'm hiding it. Hold on, move. Montreal, next to the border. Quebec, close to the border. All major. Where's Toronto? Toronto, next to the border. 90% of the entire population of Canada is next to the border. How cold does it really get in Canada? It depends where you are. In the Vancouver area, 2 years ago, there was like a lot of snow in the winter. It was the first winter I was here. And then last year, there was like 1 day of snow, and it wasn't even a full day. It was like a couple of hours of snowing, and then just lasted like for a few days on the ground. So like, depends where you are. If you go like Calgary, then a lot of snow. If you go Toronto, like this, like East Coast, there's a lot of snow. You get some -20 cold snaps in Vancouver. A couple of years ago was like the biggest cold it was, but yeah. But yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it's funny that that's kind of how it is. You know, Canada is huge, and yet 90% live basically next to the border. Not much snow in Victoria. Yeah, I imagine not. Edmonton gets like -45 Celsius. Yeah, that's a little cold. Just a little cold. Get everything from this USA, cheaper to import it close to the border. That's why all the cities popped up there. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't. I know some people like to live off the grid. Right? There's some, not like a majority by any means, right? But some people like to live off the grid. I could never. I think, I mean, to be fair, the majority or the vast majority of the people could never. But you know, some people do. Yeah. Kinda big, but kinda big line. There's apparently one highway or freeway that goes across all of Canada. I think it's Highway 1 or Freeway 1. But if something happens along it, like to it, then all like deliveries get delayed across all of Canada. Yeah, Highway 1. Trans-Canada Highway not. Yeah, so you know, if there's ever an issue there, your stuff is getting delayed. Mile 0 is in Victoria. Oh, interesting. Wait, mile? Ah, not kilometer. See, Canada cannot make up its mind. It's fine. Right. Okay. Save meta collectibles. Okay, so here we need to add to or add collectible.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Couldn't live off the grid, but damn, a vacation home off the grid would be sick. I mean, I'm shaking my head no, but I know some people like to travel and do that time to time. Right? For me, no. Like, I go visit my family for like the holidays, and I wish I could I could be there less time, not more. Like last year, I came on Christmas Day, and and I left on the 2nd, January 2nd. Which, by the way, if you're flying, are such great days to fly. There's no lines at all. My God. Like I got to the airport because it's international technically. I would get to the airport like 2 hours early, and I'd be through the ticket gate and everything within 30 minutes. Oh no, in less than 30 minutes. I would be from arriving at the airport to waiting for the plane at the gate. Less than 30 minutes. There was like one person in front of me in a line ever during those. Like, amazing. I think if you ever want to live off grid, it would be in a forest near a lake. The problem is, to live off of grid means, right, you have no job. Right? You have no job then. That means you have to provide your own food. You have to farm yourself. You have to, hunt yourself. That most people can do it. Like, that's not something like, oh yeah, let me just do it. Like, give me a week. Because if you have a job, you're not off the grid. You might be living like in a remote location, but you're on the grid because you need to have an address that needs to be accessible to, to get a job, because you need right. I need to be able to get mail because you need to get, right. It's a whole thing. But to be truly off the grid, that's yeah, not simple. Did I call it collectibles in the save game as well? Collection. I guess I called it here collectibles. Ah, God damn it. I need to keep it consistent. Collectibles. Fine, I'll call it collectibles. Here, meta collectibles again. I gotta keep it consistent. Probably a better way of doing this. And I'll probably set that up later. But this should be fine. What is meta collectibles? Oh, I'm having it stored separately. No, this is just all go away. We'll find out. Either I'm gonna break a lot of stuff right now. I mean, we already broke a lot of stuff, but either I'm gonna break even more stuff, or it's gonna be fine. I mean, one or the other. Oh, it's meta collectibles. Well, this is just collectibles. Now. Oh, meta collectibles going bye-bye. I think. Oh, it's gonna be a whole thing. Unless you do a job remotely. Yeah, if you do a job remotely, you still need to provide your social insurance, like social security number, or social insurance number. Right? You need to provide an address. You need to provide like all this information. You still need to provide an address, right? You still need all this stuff to have a job. The address is the big one, right? Because that's why homeless people have a hard time getting a job, because they don't have an address they can use. Don't people usually talk off the grid, meaning electrical grid? That's not really off the grid, because you could just attach a bunch of solar panels to your house, and you could just not use the electrical and just get a big battery in your house, and then you're technically not using the electricity of the city, but you're still right there in the city, right? Maybe that's what they mean before, but these days you don't have to use the electricity of the city, so that to me is not really off the grid. Have a good night, Leo. Thanks for stopping by. Going to rework how you handle jump stuff in the morning for the tower defense. Best of luck. So, is this gonna work? Probably not. I think also on, if I go to the UI stuff, it's probably gonna be broken as well. Oh, it goes off of meta collectibles. Yeah, this is wrong now. I need to get collection or collectibles, and I need to check what it is. For each loop, can I do a switch? I can do a switch on text to string, switch on string. But this is gonna it's got hard coded, but I guess these are hard coded anyway. Yeah, okay. So what we need to do is get the names of these. I really want to make this more modular, but the fact that you need to have like an enum and a struct for a lot of the stuff that I want to do, like to just, you know, have a drop down, already makes it so it's less modular. And then if you also include a data table that then also needs to have exact wording, which will also probably putting the enum into it, so now you have a start having more and more things hard coded, basically. Not ideal. But, you know, manage. We'll manage. Okay, and we want the quantity, so I'm going to just put a local variable quantity. I don't know why I'm using such a small display. There we go. Okay. So that should help. Oh, gotta plug it in. That's kind of important. Plugging things in correctly. So here's the question. One is, do I have any errors? Yes. Damn it. Oh, no. I'm on error. No, I didn't want to play in it. Where's your problem? Oh, for this. Okay, I'm gonna remove you. Why am I doing this on? Oh, it's backslash. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this for now. Do I want to remove it? Yeah, let's change this. Hey, Gregory, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Get collectibles. For each loop. Set members in the collection. We're going to set quantity to be 99. Hopefully this will work. Oh, this, you do the same thing, but just set it to be 0. You just got off from work? Well, hopefully you don't live in North America. North/South America. Because that's a very late time to getting back. But then again, to be fair, if you were on the other side of the world, it'd be really early to get back, so that's also not good. Either way, congratulations on making it through the day. They said the save and load system was very helpful. I didn't do anything. I just showed you where to go and get it. Other people made the thing. I can take no credit for that. Okay, so we have this now. This is all saying 999. Is it because I never updated it? Oh, I never fixed that menu. No, it still says 999. Okay, so we have a little more to fix. So it's, you know, a little more to fix. All of this started because I wanted to populate my currencies here. By the way, if you're wondering why we've been working on freaking this instead of the game over screen like the title says, it's because I realized that to do the currencies that I want, to show the currencies I've collected, I need to have a system that works with it and actually saves all the currencies, what I have and everything. And I don't have that. So that's why. You tried out 5.6? It was buggy? Wait, what's buggy in 5.6? What's the problem here? Probably the name. Oh wait, what? It's not even printing. Oh, it's because it's blank. Ah, because it has none. Because it doesn't have any collectibles by default. I need to give it default collectibles. Okay, this is gonna be, it's a whole, there's like a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Brushify and Voxel aren't in the GUI, but that sounds like a plugin problem, not a 5.6 problem. Brushify is not vanilla Unreal. I don't think Voxel is either. So that sounds like a plugin issue, not a 5.6 issue. Are those updated to 5.6 already? Brushify and Voxel? Because make sure you actually get the 5.6 version of them. Don't just open the project in 5.6. Because lots of changes have been under the hood, so plugins need to update. Yep. Well, I guess tomorrow we continue this mess that I've put myself in. It's a, you know what, it needed to be done at some point anyway. It's fine. Right. And then tomorrow hopefully we'll get the meta progression stuff working. The pictures will then show up, which also updates the meta progression shop. You know, so it's all good. It's all going in the right direction. That's the main thing. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you maybe some of you guys learned something about Canada and its lack of metric system. in some aspects. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at you gotta admit it's true though, Blue Sneaker. It's just, the truth hurts, I understand, but I'll go ahead and turn on my Fahrenheit oven in a moment. As I step on my Fahrenheit scale, as we saw, the people and temperature of those, it's all Fahrenheit for cooking. Anyway, hope you all have a lovely rest of your night, guys. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.